Justin Trudeau's real priority, abortion. I'm Brian Lilley with TheRebel.media. The Liberal leader has been hosting a caucus meeting here at the Chateau Laurier, the swanky hotel just steps from Parliament Hill, for the last several days. Well, to close out the parliamentary session, he held his final post-caucus press conference here. And despite not liking the fact that pro-lifers have been associating Trudeau with abortion through the No to Trudeau campaign and the postcards being dropped off in ridings across the country, well, the Liberal leader made it clear that abortion is one of his priorities. Asked a question about how he will make sure that abortion is accessible to women in rural parts of the country, here's what he said.
I will, of course, engage with the premiers to ensure that the Canada Health Act is respected, that people have access to a full range of medical services in a responsible and fair fashion, and that includes access to reproductive services and abortions.
Now, let me deal with a couple of points here. First off, healthcare, which includes abortion, is a provincial area of jurisdiction. It's up to the provinces to decide how they will deal with healthcare issues, period. But when it comes to abortion, Trudeau's willing to say he's going to sit down with the premiers and make sure that they have reliable access and equal access across the country. Didn't show up in his Real Change platform that he's busy touting right now with all the calls for changing the way we vote and making sure that we respect MPs as long as they vote pro-choice and pro-abortion the way he wants them to. See, abortion is a huge priority for Trudeau. When he went down to help campaign down east, he made abortion an issue there. He's making it an issue on the federal campaign as well. I don't know that it's going to help him, but I don't know that it's going to hurt him. We'll have to see how this plays out. But here's the funny thing. Progressives love abortion. That may seem harsh, and some people say, oh no one loves abortion. No, they do. This is like pot for libertarians. They love the issue, they love to campaign on it, they love to talk about it, almost more than pro-lifers want to talk about it. I mean, talk about fanatics. So they love abortion because it's a wedge issue for them, one they think they can win on. Why? Most of the media are not pro-life. Most of the media are very much in favor of abortion, or they don't want to talk about it at all. So Trudeau raises this issue. He gets to push his agenda. But do you ever notice that they never talk about they need to make sure that, well, you can get a hip replacement, that you can get heart surgery, that he's going to force that? No. For progressives, it's always about abortion. Abortion is actually provided steps from the Parliament buildings in a private clinic. In fact, there are private clinics across Canada, private clinics that you could not open if you were dealing with heart issues or hip replacement. Private clinics that Liberals would yell about, that they would try and shut down, that they would demand that the government do something about. But when it comes to abortion, that's all fine. Even as if we found out recently an Ottawa doctor was essentially forced out of practicing medicine because he was getting close to being the Canadian equivalent of a Gosnell, a man who ran a filthy clinic, a man who didn't meet the standards and put women's lives in danger. No one's calling for the private clinics to be shut down, but you know that if this was a private clinic that dealt with anything else, there would be calls for government action at provincial and federal levels. But with abortion, let's not talk about the story. Let's not talk about the issue. Let's just push for more access while saying that you're not really for it. No, you are for it. Let's admit that. So when Trudeau and his allies say that these postcards being distributed across the country by pro-lifers are repugnant, well, maybe they are, and maybe the images are graphic, and maybe that's not how I would campaign. But don't sit there and tell me that you shouldn't be linking Trudeau and abortion when he constantly brings the issue up more than other political leaders. For him, this is an issue he loves. It's an issue he wants to campaign on. It is his real priority come the October election.